Hey guys, Kendall here from liftingrevolution.com and fitwomensweekly.net. I wanted to share a little bit of what I've learned when it comes to getting fit. I've been doing fitness now for about 12 years. When I turned 20 was when I realized something's got to change. I wasn't in a healthy place with my life, with my mindset, and with my body. I really hated myself. So about 12 years ago, I started running, and it was all about one goal: to burn the most amount of calories possible. That's what my fitness was all about at the time. I didn't know what to do when it comes to working out. I didn't know. All I knew was that I needed to be on a treadmill or an elliptical, and that the longer I worked out and the more often during the week, that I would get better results. And I kind of fell off. I lost a lot of weight, but I wasn't healthy. And then it turns out that as I lost more weight, I was never satisfied. It was always this yearning to do more. I was able to lose 10 pounds. Can I lose 12? I lost 12 pounds. Can I lose 15? This is a never ending cycle, which just led me to start wondering, what is fitness? So then about 10 years ago, I did my first figure competition. And at the time, I was like, if I can get the leanest possible and the most definition and the strongest, then I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to be happy with myself. And that turned out to be a lie too. Again, it was always just chasing after aesthetics. I wanted to look better in the mirror. And at the end of my figure competition, I can remember sitting on the bathroom floor with Dan, who at the time was my boyfriend, and I was crying, pulling out lumps of hair. And it was at that moment that we realized that fitness is supposed to make us healthier. It's supposed to make us better. And therefore, everything that I thought about fitness was completely wrong. It wasn't about how I looked in a bikini. It was about how I felt and how I fueled my body. And I was doing it completely wrong. So that was our first big lesson that kind of kicked my butt into gear and led me to start studying exercise a little bit more, studying nutrition a lot more, and actually began my journey to starting Fit Women's Weekly and This Time Fitness, which is my local gym here. Now that was my first big lesson. There's been several more over time. The first one is that weight is not a reflection of your fitness. I kind of mentioned it in, a little bit just a few minutes ago, but it's true. We're taught as women, we got to look leaner, we got to be smaller, we got to look like the models on the page. But the number on the scale does not reflect that. In fact, over the past 2 years, I've actually put on quite a good amount of weight, to be honest, but yet I'm leaner than I've ever been before. I'm healthier than I've ever been, stronger, faster, overall fitter. So what we need to do is get rid of that scale, stop focusing on the number, and start focusing on what our bodies can do. When you eat healthy and you eat real foods, and then you treat your body right with movement every single day, you're going to get results. You're not going to avoid that. If you're treating your body with full respect, you're going to see the results that you get, no matter what the scale says. So forget about the scale. Number 3 is that this is another nutrition thing that I've learned over the years, is that eating less bad food doesn't mean eating less food altogether. Now, I know that I'm not alone on this. When you think of dieting, you think of, if I can eat 1,200 calories a day and lose weight, then I can eat 1,100 calories and lose even more weight. If I can eat 1,100 calories a day, let's see what happens if I eat 900 calories. That's not what this is about, you guys. We have to fuel our bodies, and the only way we can do that is by actually putting food into them. So it's not about eating less, it's about eating more of the right foods. So getting rid of the processed foods, the sugar especially, the nasty carbs that we don't need in our body, and instead putting in the good stuff. Putting in real fruits, real vegetables, homemade bread is fine. Just putting real nutrients into our bodies every single day. You're going to feel energized, you're going to burn more body fat, and overall the results are going to be impeccable. And I get this all the time when I tell people you're not eating enough. They look at me as if I've grown a third eyeball or if I've come down from Mars. But I promise you, because it's worked. It's worked for me personally, and it's worked for clients that I teach every single day. So don't try to starve yourself. Try to feed yourself, and you're going to see that you feel and look a heck of a lot better. All right, so the next thing that I've learned is that once you start exercising, you actually start to crave more movement in your day. This was a surprise to me, because when I first started exercising, I had this idea of, if I fit my workout in the morning, by the afternoon it's done and I don't have to worry about it anymore. I can sit on the couch and watch Scrubs or whatever it was at the time that I was watching on TV. But then you start to get this itch, and when you sit on the couch, all of a sudden you're like, I don't want to sit on the couch. I want to go do something. I want to go all of a sudden go for a walk or go for a jog, go for a bicycle ride. Things that you've never done in the past. And it's really, really cool when your body starts to crave movement. When you put movement into the body, it repays that by wanting to do it more often. Just like you have to walk your dog every day, you guys, we got to get out and we got to move more. And the best way to do that is just to start exercising consistently. There are times when I sit on the couch for 5 minutes and then I have to get up and vacuum or wash the dishes or something just because I don't like to sit still. I don't know if you can tell that about me, but that's just how it is. Dan makes fun of me all the time. So you start to crave more as you start to work out more and more. Suddenly, this is my favorite because I see this happen in clients all the time. Suddenly working out at the gym is just not enough. All of a sudden you start getting this urge to try something new, whether it's a road race or an obstacle race or sign up for an intramural kickball team. All of a sudden you're wanting to use that fitness that you're building at the gym. You're wanting to live your fitness, and that just makes my heart happy. It's something that Dan and I have really expanded on for ourselves over the past 5 years with our rock climbing and our backcountry hiking in general, and trail running. It's really cool when you work out in the gym, you build something, but what are you doing with that? Why are you building strength? What good is it that I can do 10 pull-ups? I don't know. So it's kind of cool to be out there and actually using it. We're training right now for a Spartan race in Pennsylvania in just 2.5 weeks. But those are our ways to get to use our fitness, and those are the things that we love to do. So that, again, is something that I found over the years. And I'm going to guess that if you've been working out, you've experienced those same feelings too. So don't just work out at the gym. If that's what you're doing right now, start thinking about ways that you can use it and have fun with it. Because if you're not having fun, what's the purpose? So grab your friends, have a tag team football game one weekend, ultimate frisbee like my friend Lindsay at lindsayslist.co. There's so many fun things to do. My friend Bonnie in Calgary, she rides her skateboard around town all the time. You guys just get out and live being fit, okay? Next is the I can't do it effect. When I first started working out, I would see these amazing people at the gym and think, how can they do that? I could never do that. But now, as I've gotten stronger and more confident with myself, I see people do things, even on American Ninja Warrior, I'm not going to lie, I watch that and I go, I wonder if I could do that. I think I could. So it's fun to see how the I can't suddenly turn to I can, because you realize that your body is so much stronger than it is. And that just comes with building confidence over time and pushing your body to do new things. It's really exciting. I love it. It's kind of cool to do. Now here's one that I didn't expect to happen because I thought that I would never have this issue. But what I've learned is that if you stop working out for whether it's vacation reasons or an injury, it's still hard to get back into it, even if you are the most dedicated fitness person in the world. And that's because our bodies are lazy. They don't want to move more than they have to. So once we build up the momentum, it's easy to keep it going. But when we stop, the body is like, yes, let's just sit around and do absolutely nothing for a while. And it's hard to build that momentum back up. There are times that I kind of look at my kettlebells for a while going, I don't want to. Nope, still don't want to. But you take a deep breath, and when you push through those workouts, it's A, going to help you get back going strong again so that you can build that forward momentum. But B, those are also the workouts where at the end you're like, yes, I did it. I did it. So that's pretty cool too. And it helps to have some kind of workout partner to help keep you on track. Like when I go out of town in 2 weeks, I know that I'm going to be coming back, and I know that Alex is going to be here still wanting to work out just like she was before we left. So that's going to help keep me on track and getting my workouts going strong again. Let's see, the next one, number 8, things that used to taste really good suddenly suck. Let that sink in for a second. When I was growing up, I was kind of the experimental generation, like lots of us were in the 80s and 90s, with processed foods, Little Debbie, Shake and Bake, cereal, foods that now we know are terrible for us, but at the time we didn't know better, and that's just kind of what our parents gave us. And those things tasted amazing, but then when we learned how bad they were and you started to take them out of your diet, it's amazing that when you put them back in or you try them out while you're somewhere, because a little bit of this or that is not going to hurt you, you suddenly realize it's not so good. Your taste buds have changed after eating natural foods for so long. For example, Cokes. I'm from the South, so every kind of soda is a Coke to me. But I used to love Cokes. I would drink 2 or 3, even more as a kid. My parents would actually set a limit for how many my brother and I were allowed to drink in a day. Not because they were bad for us, but because they didn't want to buy a 12-pack every single day. And now, if I ever have one, to me it tastes like pure syrup. It's just like, whoa. And the same goes with like eating at Mexican restaurants, simply because I'm fearful of the after effects because my body's not used to it. Same thing with fried foods. I grew up in the South, so fried foods were a staple. Fried chicken, fried fish, fried shrimp, anything battered was welcome in our home. But since I haven't had that in so long, just the fear of eating it and how it's going to feel for my digestive system is enough to make me not want it at all. So those are just a couple of examples. Number 9, you guys, we're almost at the end. Number 9 is that sleep happens really, really fast. I used to be one of those people that would lay in bed for 20, 30 minutes every single night, just wondering what I did during the day, what I didn't do during the day, what I need to do tomorrow, what did I do wrong, did I accidentally hurt somebody's feelings, did I neglect something? All these thoughts always going through my mind, anxiety, anxiety, anxiety. And I still suffer from anxiety, but because of my fitness, during the day I have tons of energy, and then at night when it's time to go to bed, I am out. Sometimes I'm asleep while Dan's turning the light out. That's how fast I fall asleep. And it's really, really cool. Now, this doesn't mean that I don't suffer from anxiety anymore. It's definitely gone down, but of course I do from time to time. But as far as my sleep is concerned, holy moly, I'm a completely different person. And then last and finally, not least, number 10, the 10th lesson that I have learned in my 10 years of being fit is that it's more than just fitness. This life that I've led has changed my outlook on myself and on others completely. I started as a young person who had absolutely no confidence in herself, looked in the mirror, hated herself, just thought about, can I get a nose job? Can I get my teeth fixed? Can I get a boob job? How can I lose more weight? How do I get a six-pack? To looking in the mirror and feeling really proud of what they've accomplished. And instead of seeing all the negatives of myself, I see the positives. I recently asked Dan, we kind of recently ask each other quite often, what are some of the ways that we've changed? Because we've been together now for, I think, over 11 years, something like that. And so, we've grown up now together in our adult years. And he's told me that I've changed in my level of confidence, the way that I carry myself, and in my outspokenness. I used to basically say yes to everything. Now I'm not afraid to say no to a lot. And when I take on too much, I'm the first person to be like, no, this is enough. Or if I don't agree with something, I used to just kind of stand back. Now I'm not afraid to be like, no, you're wrong. Let's talk about this. And that's probably been one of the best changes for me, is just becoming an independent person. And I really do contribute a lot of that to just being healthy and being fit. So those are the lessons that I've learned about fitness over the past decade. I want to hear from you. What are a few of the lessons that you've learned, and how has fitness changed your life? So thanks, guys, for sticking with me for this long. Make sure that you head over to liftingrevolution.com. All of these are written out, and you can also leave your comments there. Make sure that you share this video if you like it. And then, of course, if you are ready to take your fitness to the next level, head over to my website, fitwomensweekly.net. I've got my Body Burn Challenges over there, which are 64 body weight workouts where you can add dumbbells and weights if you want to. 64 workouts that are 10 minutes long. You can stack them, you can do multiple workouts at a time, or you can just fit in one 10-minute workout every single day. But one thing I can guarantee is you're going to feel an amazing workout from them. You're going to get a sweat, going to get a burn, and that's why they're called the Body Burn Challenges. All right, guys, see you next time.